And we have to remember a lot of these leads, I'm looking at 817 leads that you have in your dashboard. How many of these people could your market even handle 817 buyers right now? No.
No, of course.
So what we have to look at is go, oh, thank God, because I would never be able to keep up and I would never be able to sell them what's out there. So we really have to think about this from a different perspective. All we need to find out is out of these 817 people, who's ready to buy a house right now? And who do I have to be in alignment with to make that happen? And the more we're working our dashboard, the more interactive we are with it, the more chances we're going to have of hitting them at the right place at the right time. I had a lady that I called. She was over 2,000 days old in a database. 0 phone calls to her over 2,000 days. She's never had a phone call. She had not even looked at anything in the database for over 2,000 days. She didn't even know she was sitting in this agent's database. Call her up. Hey, a couple years ago, maybe a few years ago, you were looking at some properties in blah, blah, blah. She goes, you know what? She goes, we just started looking. Our neighbor just 2 weeks ago put their house on the market and got more for it than we ever thought they would. And she says, we're ready now. How does that even happen? But the equation that we don't know are the hundreds of phone calls that preempted up to that. So we've got to kiss a lot of frogs to get the win, and know that the more frogs we kiss, the closer we get, because I promise you, there are people in here waiting for you. But if we miss that opportunity because they told me to call me back at 5 o'clock and they didn't answer the phone, I'm just going to let you go. I don't want to call you anymore. They're not doing it on purpose. They have that, like I explained before, you're not important to them. They don't know who you are. They don't care who you are. And a house is not top of their mind. And the only reason it's top of your mind is because that's your job. So they got to win one. They got to win one day. They were online searching, thinking maybe they might move in the future, but it's not a priority for them because it might be a year down the road or 2 years down the road. So they may not even know that it's you calling back after 5 o'clock if they didn't save your number. We do a lot of things during the day, and I can tell people to call me back, and then I get so many different phone calls coming in. I don't know which one's which, and I just don't want to answer any of them because I'm exhausted by the end of the day. So we can't take anything personal, and we have to consciously rethink our thoughts to say, it's probably not a good time for them. I'll try them again. I'll try them again. I'll try them again. I usually set a task 3 times in an attempt. If they were ones that's like, call me back after 5, I will try calling them back on my calendar, which like 2 times after 5 and then once on the weekend. 3 times, 3 strikes, you're out. I'll just throw you back into my call rotation and mark you as night call. You're not going to get called as often as my other people because I only call night calls, once a week, every other week. So we have to tend to look at them as, well, now we know exactly when to get a hold of them. Or you're texting and you're emailing. Because sometimes they can text during the day. I've texted people. I've had people hang up on me, send them a text message and go, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry we got disconnected. I'm just wondering, are you planning on purchasing a home this year or next year? And they'll come back and go, this year, but I was at work. I can only text. And then we can have a texting conversation. But we're so quick to assume because we're so used to getting blown off, quite frankly, right? It's easier for us to assume that they don't want us to call, that we're bothering them. But at the end of the day, that's really what our job is. And if we give up and get frustrated too easily, we're going to lose more deals than we actually create.